Mr. Schneider's History Classroom. Today we're going to talk about the negative and positive impacts of British imperialism in India. So let's start with the good. The British built a series of railroads, dams, bridges, irrigation canals, and sanitation ditches to modernize the infrastructure of India. They also built telegraph and telephone lines, and colleges and schools to increase the literacy rate of the citizens of India. They also ended some of the warfare between states in India and united the country. And finally, in the area of human rights, they abolished the practice of sati, where widows would commit suicide upon the funeral pyre of their husbands. And they also allowed Hindu widows to remarry after their husbands died. So this all sounds really great, but there were a lot of very negative things that occurred in India during the rule of the British. So, what were those negative impacts? Well, the most obvious one was that the Indian people had no control, either economically or politically, over their life. The British passed laws which favored British businesses over Indian businesses, so it was hard for Indian businesses to compete, and many failed. There was also an emphasis on producing crops for export in order to make money. This led to several famines throughout British rule in which millions of people died. Also, the British believed that they were doing God's work by trying to convert the Indian people to Christianity. Obviously, the Indian people would disagree that they wanted to be converted from their existing religions. And finally, there was a racist attitude of the British towards the Indian people, as exemplified by The White Man's Burden, which was written by Rudyard Kipling. Essentially, the British felt like they were doing the Indians a favor by sharing their wonderful civilization with the Indians and improving and modernizing the Indians with their European culture. That's it for now. Stay tuned to Dan's YouTube channel for more history that you can get in 3 minutes or less.